Did we? Oh, we started already?
Yeah, I just click start.
Oh, you gotta let me know when you click start. Sheet. I'm all.
Well, anyways, welcome back to Wicked Bindings Book Club. I'm Joe. This is
Mariah.
this month we decided to say
November.
this month. It's December,
November.
but November we decided to review a book called Somadina. I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera. There you go.
Pardon me.
Excuse the voice. I got sick this last week, which is one of the reasons why we delayed recording this. So
And I am very congested, so my voice is very nasally, probably. So, yay. Yay for sickness.
so let's get right into it with plot. I feel like it was delivered well. Somadina's brother, Jayaike, was taken from her and she went to retrieve him. That's only part of the plot, though. Truly, though, it starts when Akweke lets the reader know that Wafalomiro and the twins are just like outcasts and unlike anyone in their village. Anything to add to that?
No, that was basically what the plot was. I was trying to figure out the plot because there was so much going on, but basically she was trying to find her twin. They're twins. So Medina and Jayaike are twins. And in this culture, twins are viewed as very evil, and that is one of the reasons why they are the outcasts in their village.
As a sign of ill omen.
Hmm.
Well, that's it for plot.
Yeah,
Let's go.
there's really not much
Yeah.
for plot. Like that's
Just like how we
the
felt it was
plot.
delivered or whatever.
Yeah,
It was delivered pretty well.
it was good. She was looking for her twin. She found it. Her twin. Eventually.
Moving on to
Spoilers.
characters. I feel like Akweke handles their character arcs very well.
Yes. Somadina kind of annoyed me, but she is 15. So a lot of the issues that I had with her was just because of her age. But they were age based. Like I just I just went off in space right there. Just little things because she was 15, so she kind of annoyed me. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So what I wrote down
I don't have
was
writing.
she didn't write anything down. She's going off of her memory. I can't do that. That's why I write my stuff down. She spends a lot of the book second guessing herself and questioning the morality of her goddess, Allah. Her growth doesn't start until Allah possesses her and uses her power to kill Chudi, and the village judges her to be executed. She is constantly afraid of not being enough. Her and oh, sorry.
Can't
Her
read his
arc
handwriting.
comes around full circle when she confronts Eduke and is once again around her other half, Jayaike. She is again confronting her insecurities when they return home and have to confront her mom, Ngazi.
So a lot of the reason why she feels like she's not good enough is because of her mother. Her mother was very hands off, I guess you could say. Um like so Medina does talk about how she doesn't hug them. She doesn't kiss their boo-boos, I believe. Like she's a hands-off mom, and you can tell that I don't know if she doesn't like the twins or if she doesn't like the omens that the twins kind of represent
Yeah.
because she struggles.
Where did I write
Um
Ngazi? Oh, I actually didn't talk about Ngazi here.
yeah, no, you didn't even talk about her sister.
Well, because I haven't gotten through all the
Okay.
characters yet. Because I like what I like to do is I like to go through each character
Oh well, my bad. Let's go.
No, you're fine.
I'm like
I didn't write anything down for Ngazi, so I'll start up with
Ngazi.
her.
Ngazi is her older sister.
No,
There.
Nkadi is her older sister.
Oh,
Ngazi
Ngadi,
is her mom.
Ngazi. Okay, sorry. The names are a
Uh-huh.
little. The names are a lot. They're similar.
So Ngazi. So
Ngazi.
I don't. I didn't like her almost the entirety of the book,
I did
and
not.
then at the end, it kind of gives you the reasoning why she does some of the stuff that she does. Not to say it justifies what she does, but it provides understanding.
And she kind of redeems herself in the end.
So throughout the book, she's very cold. Um,
Very hands off mother.
yeah, like Mariah says, hands off. She's very cold though. And they get the warmth from their dad, which is not typical. I forget the dad's name.
Do we get his name?
We do.
Oh, I forget his name. He's just Papa.
Papa.
He's just Papa, but Papa is actually really. He doesn't speak much, but he can speak. His power is he can speak into their minds.
Hmm.
So he doesn't verbally talk unless
It's very important.
important, and he does talk. It's just when he does talk, it's very raspy and croaky because he does not
Using
use his voice because he uses his mental voice.
which is cool because whenever you hear his raspy tone, he's about
Yeah.
to say something that is worth speaking rather than thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she does come around towards the end where she realizes what she has done, where she has pushed Somadina and everything else around her, and then she does ask for forgiveness at the end of the book, which I feel is a good end to her arc.
Excuse the clacking. The dog is on the linoleum right now.
Go lay down, sissy.
She's trying to see if there's any crumbs.
Go
Go lay
lay
down.
down.
Lay down. Right there. Lay down. Or sit. Whatever.
Let's talk about Jayaike. Jayaike,
Like
or
Jayaike.
Somadina's other half,
When?
her twin, Somadina's twin. He is there to lift her up until he is not. His character arc is relatively neutral, I feel, with no major changes from the beginning to end, except for his understanding of their power. Jayaike has been outspoken throughout the entirety of the book in support of his twin.
He's the light. He lifts her up. He's always there for her. Um they talk about how they tried to separate the twins and put them in different rooms, and they couldn't do it because they they're twins. You can't separate twins easily. But he's really there to lift her up. He's the light when, cuz she's feels like she's not good enough. She feels like she has this darkness about her, and she kind of does when the god takes over her body and kills that one guy. I forget his name. Chudy?
Yeah,
Chudy?
Judy. Yeah.
Chudy. So she kind of does feel very, dark and feels horrible.
I didn't mention it before, but Somadina's gift is, um, what is it? They call it death, but it's not. It's the state of nothingness. So when she kills life, she doesn't kill life. She just stops it from being alive,
It
which is kind of like
it is
death.
death, but it's
Easy to see that.
not.
Um,
It's very interesting.
yeah, I mean she's got a lot of power. She's got a lot of powers, but not a Debia, which
The
we'll kind
DB.
of discuss later.
Her sister is the Debia.
Yeah,
But we haven't even talked about
Nkadi.
Nkadi.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I get
Jayaike, his
Ngazi.
power is life. That's
Yes.
that's how it's summarized.
So then hers would technically be death, but it's
Yeah.
not death per se. It is
And the
the
reason why
state
I
of
say
nothing.
state of nothingness is because her power and Jayaike's power work together,
Mm-hmm.
and when they're used together, it's both powers are enhanced to the point where it's just life.
Well, throughout the book, they talk about them being one body, two souls
Yeah.
and one. No, two one soul and two bodies,
Yeah.
and they talk about everyone talks about them as one, like one person, even though there's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was kind of a little bit of a foreshadowing thing for the ending.
Oh yeah, we didn't say it before, but spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
You can't even say
I
spoiler
said
alert.
warning and alert at the same time, so it was alert. Anyways,
Spoilers! If you have not read this book,
it's worth reading.
it is worth reading. However, we are gonna spoil some shit. That's just how book reviews go. But I enjoyed it. It did take me a while to get into it. I read it the last. When did I started it like the 18th or something.
Something like that.
I started it really late in the month. He finished it before I did, and then he kept being like, "You gotta read it. You gotta read it. You gotta read it. You gotta read it." And I was
If I
like,
don't do that, you're not gonna read it.
"No, I was gonna read it. I was reading other books in ahead of it. I was also listening to it because I wanted to pronounce the names correctly, and I really so if you do read this book, I would suggest getting the audiobook too, because the audiobook is narrated by an African um female. I think she's female,
I'm
and
not sure.
either way, like it's perfect
They don't
because.
state their pronouns at the beginning, so
Oh yeah, okay.
it's a
Well,
feminine
a
voice.
feminine sounding voice, but I would recommend the audiobook because of their names. And for me, I want to know their names,
You know,
like Ngazi and then
yeah.
Nkadi. I know they're different, but I can't figure out which one's which. Ngazi is mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nkadi is
Yeah.
sister. Okay, all right. The Dibia. We'll talk about DBS in a minute.
So next up, I want to talk about Waffle Amira. I will put text on the bottom of the screen of the names and their spelling, so that way you can kind of understand.
The spelling of Uwafo Amiru was I needed the pronunciation. I needed the audio of
Yeah,
them
because it.
saying their names
I
because
saw it first and I was like,
what?
I'm gonna need the audiobook for this one.
Yeah.
Anyways, he is often called the Ghost Boy because, like the twins, he's an outcast. Um, he's also very light skinned. I pictured him as like an albino. I might be wrong in that, but I thought he was
They
albino.
they do talk about how he is lighter than them and that's why
Yeah,
he is the quote quote ghost boy.
yeah,
Which I forgot that they call him Ghost Boy, which is kind of fitting because his power is invisibility.
yeah.
He's the one that goes away and then comes back, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
His character arc is based off of coming to terms with himself and his power because he doesn't want to be just the one who goes invisible or who goes unseen. He wants to be seen. And I feel like it's ironic because his character arc doesn't get a lot of the spotlight, considering that his character arc is about not about wanting to be seen.
But it wasn't about him. It was about Somadina.
But it
However,
fits narratively in the
I don't
story.
know if we discussed that Uwafo Miru, uh, he's the twins' best friend.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think we discussed that.
not yet.
But
At the
okay,
very beginning
they're
of the
best
story,
friends.
I'll give a little context. And at the beginning of the story, um, Somadina sees Wafalamiru and Chudi actually fighting, and she steps in and calls Wafalamiru a beast because she sees him trying to beat up Chudi. And then later on, Jayaike comes and says, "Are you? Did you not see the knife in Chudi's hand? He's the son of the blacksmith. He had a knife in his hand. You need to think before you act." And so later on, she goes to apologize to Wafalamiro, and that's when they become best friends.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, okay.
Because
They
they
were
became
okay.
best friends off of a misunderstanding from Somadina, which,
Hey, that's cool.
yeah.
Also, they're a little more than friends. Or they become a little more than friends. Oh, also, oh, we haven't gotten to that point. Never mind.
No, I was just giving a little context for
Well,
how they became
I was
friends.
gonna go above, and I was like, wait, how they don't age, or because of the twins' power, they don't go through puberty.
Oh,
I was gonna
yeah.
talk about that. And she, well, I guess we can talk about that because it is a part of her character development.
Mhm.
So the twins, they're unable to go through puberty. Spoiler alert, because they are the gods' children, the god Allah's children. We'll discuss that in a little bit. But she is unable to grow breasts because puberty. So she has a lot of problems with that because she sees the other girls developing, and she gets a little like, I'm not good enough because of this, even though when she finds out she's a god's child, she still has problems accepting all of that. I mean, hi sis, come here, doggo.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Going back to Waffle Amiro, and his arc, how it doesn't get spotlight. It fits in narratively because Somadina throughout the entire story is going through a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But at one point she talks about how she has been a selfish and not a good friend, even
Yeah.
though Waffle Amira is always like in her corner and a loyal friend. She's not trying to
Mhm.
figure out what his problems are. Like a lot of times she
Mhm.
doesn't think about other people having problems because she's thinking about her own problems, which is
She's
common in
15.
life. We
Well,
do
she's
that a lot,
15.
even as grown-ups.
Well, yeah, and but she is 15. She doesn't know how to regulate
Yeah.
her all of her problems yet, and she does have a lot of problems
The
for a 15-year-old. Oops, sorry,
the
dude.
ability to see that she the ability to see that she has problems or not. Man, this dog is distracting me because I think she's going to knock something over.
Go out. She's going out.
The ability to understand when you're not being a good friend because you're not listening to people, and the ability to look inwards at yourself is something that not a lot of people have.
The camera's crooked.
I know the camera is crooked.
Oh, okay. You
And
should have
also, the
told me.
hair's lower and yours is taller.
I'm also shorter.
This is one of the few times you'll look taller than me on camera, okay? So just enjoy it instead of pointing it out.
Well, I was looking at the background because I'm like, okay, what can I see in the background? And I'm like looking at the bookshelf, and I'm like, the bookshelf is not crooked. Sorry, this is where my ADHD comes in.
Okay.
The bookshelf's not crooked, so camera's crooked. Okay, he's gonna go shut the door because the dog. It's either the dog or the kids that are gonna bug us. So the kids are
Yeah.
at school, so gotta take
That's when we recorded when you're at school.
or at my mom's.
Yeah. Um, that's all I had to say about Waffle Amiro. Let's talk about Nkadi. So, similar to Somadina, Nkadi doesn't really have a lot of faith in herself. Um, you see her react to her own fear physically. Then Somadina asks her how long a Devia trains for.
Adibia is like a witch doctor type.
Devia is like a what's a term that's good for like a shaman,
Yeah,
a healer,
shaman.
someone who collects knowledge, things like that. So shaman is a pretty similar thing that at least for me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not 100% accurate on that, so I apologize for
They
any false um
mix ups,
yeah.
and um, we're still new to this book and culture. Um, I was gonna say something. There's something I was gonna say. Damn it. Oh, they do talk about in uh like the role of a Adibia is they are above the elders because Allah talks to them. So like they are the direct communication between Allah and other people. So like in the village they have the elders. The Dibias are above the elders because when Somadina kills Chudi, she has to go to the elders. Then her there's a Debia, which is her grandfather. her mom's dad, and is it? No, it's not her mom's dad. It's her dad's dad. No, it's her mom's dad. No, no, I'm getting crap mixed up. Sorry. There's a lot of names.
Yes.
It's her mom's dad because Ngazi has problems with her dad. So, anyways, her grandfather comes in and kind of like speaks to the elders, saying, "No, Allah, it was Allah that did it or whatever." He gets her off, but
Yeah.
because the elders literally want to kill her, I believe
Mm-hmm.
they want to kill her, and like blood for blood, and the Dibia word is law, is more law than the elders.
Yeah.
So give that's like the way the rank of a Dibia is in their
So at one point,
village.
Nkadi folds the land, which means makes it so that way you can walk faster over a longer distance, which is I'm
Yeah,
not
she
really
does.
expressing it properly. It's more or less like a teleport, or that's how I kind of pictured it.
Yeah.
And at one point,
Nkadi.
Nkadi is like beating herself up because she feels like she's not doing good enough, or she's not quite like as good as someone else. And that's when Somadina tells her, she's like, "How long do Devious train for to do this? And how long have you been training to do this?" And then Nkadi's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I guess I am kind of pretty good for
Being so
being
new at
so
it.
young, still being a trainee when it takes a couple of DBs, if I'm not mistaken, to fold like she did."
I think so. Also, Nkadi was Ngazi Mama's favorite
Yeah.
child, and you could see that um throughout the book because when Nkadi goes to the DB training, their mom like can't get out of bed, she can't talk, she is so distraught. And then when Jayaike gets taken, she doesn't care. She is basically like, I'm not gonna go find him. Whatever happens, happens to him. So you can tell that Ngazi, which children are her favorite, and it's Nkadi. And the twins have felt that.
Mm-hmm. And if you're ever asking yourself, do my kids know which one is a favorite? Yes, they do.
They do.
Even if you don't know yourself which one is a favorite, the kids know.
I hope I don't have a favorite, but I think I do. Mm.
So let's talk about Ejike,
Ugh, okay.
the hunter. Um,
They call him the hunter in the beginning.
this
He
is
doesn't have a name.
major spoiler of his
Spoiler!
character.
Spoiler! If you don't want to know, turn back now, read the
This
book.
is your last chance.
Yeah, because this is major, 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 major spoiler because.
I really
Although I
wanted to
did call it
record
out.
her listening to it because
Yeah,
that
I
would
was
have been
doing
funny.
dishes, by the way. I was like, but I called it. I called it, and he was there because he was. I knew something was gonna happen because he kept, he was stare. He was like behind me, and he usually isn't when I do dishes. But I was listening to it, and I'm like, watch this. This asshole's gonna be her grandfather. It's gonna be a Hootie. We haven't even talked about Hootie. She's my favorite character. A
Yeah.
Hootie. Um, a Hootie is not Ngazi's mom, is it?
No, Ahudi is
Ahudi is
their
dad's.
dad's mom.
Okay, I like Ahudi. Ahudi is my favorite. She's grandma, and she acts. I know I'm
I
going off
like
on
how
a
you
tangent.
like the rest
This is my.
educate away from.
Hold on, hold. Okay, fine. Let's go back. So when I was listening to it, he should have recorded it because it was funny. Because I called it. I was like, "Watch, this guy's gonna be her grandfather. There's gonna be. It's gonna be. And they were like,
Yep.
he's our grandfather. I'm like, what? Like, I stopped dishes. I'm like, what? Did I hear that right? And he's laughing at me because he's like,
Oh,
because I called it, and then right after I called it, it said it. I was like, oh, okay.
what I have written down is he is as old as the split. He was there when it happened. He had to become a ritualist to survive. And what that means is basically eating the hearts out of living DBS.
DBS. Yep.
And he began eating others to not only gain power, but to extend his life. His only goal was to get back to his love. His arc is that power has a cost, no matter the reason it was gained. His arc ends when his grandchildren heal the split, removing his anchor, and at the end, he never saw his love again. And his last line was, I am finally free. So he never achieved what he set out to achieve,
Well, he also
but
got.
he is free from the split, from the poison of the land.
We didn't talk about the split in the beginning.
No, I didn't. Oops. Also, we're reviewing a book, so if people haven't read it,
They need to read
they
it.
should
That's
read
true.
it. Yeah.
Read it. The split. Just read it.
It's hard to do a review without spoilers.
Yeah. Um. I was going somewhere with this, with my thought, but it is in my head and
Nothing more
it's...
more for Cassandra.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah.
Cassandra.
Or Educate.
He was so misunderstood. He got corrupted by power.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got really mad because he was confined to the split,
Yeah.
to that area, and he was unable to see his love. Um, hmm, he also he was near death before. I don't. We didn't talk about this. He was on the verge of dying, and then he ate and his friend who was a DBA his heart. And did he take on his skin?
Yeah. He changed faces.
Yeah, his face was no longer his face. So I don't know if he wanted to go. He couldn't, anyways. But I don't know if he'd want to because his skin was. He wasn't his body. He was somebody else's. So I don't even know if his wife would have realized it was him.
Yeah,
His wife and son.
him.
He left behind a wife and son, which. Spoiler alert is Ahudi and the twins' dad.
So the next character I have written down is a collection of characters. I just wrote it down as village because we can go through every single character that has been in this book.
I didn't like the village.
We're just gonna go quickly.
I didn't like the village. The village was very judgy.
Oh, I did write something for Mama or Ngazi. She's a deeply troubled person, and we see her world shatter around her, and she responds pretty explosively. At the end, she does understand what she did wrong.
So when Nkadi goes to become Debia with Debia, yeah, that's when it shatters. Yet it doesn't shatter when Jayaike. When Jayaike gets taken
by
so Ejike takes Jayaike. He takes Jayaike because he wants Somadina as well. He wants both of them. He wants to eat them, or eat their hearts, because of the amount of power they have. Because he actually comes to Somadina in a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Twice.
where she. Yeah.
First time he didn't see her. The second time he did, and he told her that he was going to take Educate and eat him.
Jayaike.
Jayaike. My bad.
The names are so similar, guys. That's why I had to listen to the audio because I'm like, what? Who? What
Also,
what's that?
we're not Nigerian, so we don't know Nigerian names. We're also not
Nigerian, so
African from any of the other places in Africa. We're from.
Well, so for
USA.
For me, they sound a lot alike, so that's why I'm like, who's Ngazi, who's Nkadi?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know mom and daughter, I know that much for sure, but which one's which? And then Jayaike, and then Educate. And see, that's why I need the audiobook, guys. Read the audiobook. Books too. It's called reading too. Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
That's another tangent. Go.
What I have down for Audi is she is a very loving grandmother who's very supportive of her grandchildren.
Love her.
She got. Uh, did she get married again, or did she just take up another significant other?
I don't, that one I don't remember,
I don't remember
but they
if they
assumed that
specified.
Ahuti's husband was dead because he went
Yeah,
off to, when
because he
the
never
split
came
happened.
back
He
from
never
the
came back
split,
from the split.
and so she is
Like that.
currently with
A female.
Dao Ozuma,
Yes, and she is a
which is
female.
a female, who is a courtesan.
Is that another reason why Ngazi doesn't like her?
Yeah.
So Ngazi doesn't like.
So Ngazi doesn't like her not because she's a female, but because Daozuma is a well-known courtesan. When they don't want to talk about that,
But yet, I know throughout the book they talk about how courtesans are like, to me they talked about courtesans being like escorts, like they're very fancy, they're not like street hoes. I don't know why, I don't know what else to call him.
yeah, I mean
You
you're not
know,
wrong
like
there, but
well, what else am I supposed to call him? Like cracked out street hookers,
what's
prostitutes?
in Assassin's Blade? What's the name of the lady that
Lysandra? The other one.
that
No.
courtesan?
Yeah.
She's a courtesan.
Yeah,
That's
Lysandra's
how
a
I kind
courtesan.
of picture it.
Yeah, no, I picture courtesans as very, yes, they work in brothels,
Hmm.
but when I think of brothel, I think of very fancy ladies who try to use their bodies to make money. And it doesn't mean that they are, you know, performing.
So typical brothels are not like that. Typical brothels, you spend very little coin to get as much as you can.
Brothels are?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm thinking
It's
of courtesans being
it's not
higher than
brothels
that.
are not high society type deal.
Okay, so I'm thinking
Courtesans
courtesans
are
are
yeah.
high society. Okay, well then never mind. I guess I'm thinking brothels incorrectly. I think then that is the courtesans, and
Yeah.
I just thought it was the brothels. Anywho, because
Anyways,
there's lots of barmaids that are.
I don't want to talk about that much
That's,
longer
yeah, we'll get on a
because
tangent.
that's a tangent we don't need to get on to. Papa, like I said, I forgot
His name. What is his name? Can I Google it?
Uh,
My phone.
another time. I was mad at him for always justifying why Ngazi was doing the not nice things that she was doing. However, as a father, as a husband, I understand it because he's trying to keep the peace, but at the
He
same time,
didn't.
what he was doing was he was taking his attention, his affection, giving it to his wife, who was not being very nice to her daughter and her son, and giving
Twins.
and they were getting no affection from any parental figure other than
Hootie. Yeah. So yeah, being a mother, he really again, like Joey said, I understand it too. But as a mother, I would have wanted like the dad to focus more on the kids, regardless of their age, especially since one of them was taken. Jayaike was taken. Mama didn't give a flying fuck.
and even
And he
beyond that.
still went with her. And I'm like, but why? She doesn't give a crap that her son's been taken. So Medina wants to go find him. Go with your daughter to go find your son. Like,
Yeah,
that pissed me off. But it is the story.
and even beyond that, what they do is Ngazi and Papa, they both agree that with Jayaike not there, it would be best if Somadina wasn't around home. It would be best if she was away from her mom and was to live with Ahodi. And I'm like, that's kind of messed up. But maybe it's because I'm not well understanding the culture there.
Well, and the
In
twins.
this village. I'm not going to say this is how everyone in every village or town or city in Africa is. Okay, I just want to make sure that part is clear. I'm
No,
talking
but
about
in
this
this
village.
village.
maybe it's just a disconnect on my end from
But
their
in
culture.
this village, they don't like twins, and I think the village and the not the rumors, the history of having twins being bad omens,
Hmm.
yada yada. I'm wondering if Ngazi was like, "Oh, this is my punishment
Yeah.
for." Oh, we got to talk about that too. Um, um, where was I going with this? I forgot. Bear with me, guys. I don't know what I'm saying. This always so
You
silly.
think it was her being hard on herself, or it was punishment for?
Her not thanking Allah for
Yeah.
her for Ngazi. Can we pause? Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I don't remember what we were talking about.
You were talking about the village people,
Oh, yeah.
about how.
I'm at the bottom of my list. So,
Oh, okay, well then I guess that's a good
any other
transition.
character you want to talk about?
No,
Writing style.
let me take these off.
So it's written in first person, and Akweke's writing delivers the plot well. I personally feel a lot of the lines were, um, some of them were repetitive. That being said, the parts that were repeated were necessary for the character growth of Somadina.
Yeah,
So I can't mark it down for that. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
no, it just shows that Somadina was very self conscious of herself, not good enough. So, and we need
Hmm.
the the reader needed to know that.
Yeah,
But I liked the writing style. It was different. It was a different fantasy that I'm used to, and I like that.
hmm, it's a way of
Bec-
expanding
Yeah, it's
your
my
views.
yeah, and I love the. I actually really enjoyed this book. I didn't know if I was going to, but
So
I'm
trust my opinion sometimes.
no, that's not it. It's just it's going out. It is fantasy, but it's going out of my like comfort zone of my fantasy.
Mhm.
But I want to jump into other fantasy and other like cultural fantasy too. And this was amazing. I don't even know what I expected of this book because I knew nothing of it coming into it. I just knew it was the name.
And
Somebody know.
I found this off of an MSN article, and it said non-medieval European fantasy, and this was on a list with a couple of other um, people, and I think they put it as LGBT authors, and I was like, all right, I saw the name, I saw a little snippet of it, I'm like, that's interesting enough for me to want to check out the book, and so I did, and I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you did too because it was really good. I'm actually having somebody at work read it too.
Yeah, and
Um,
he is
and
Nigerian.
she is Nigerian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was telling me a little bit about how DBS work in her culture and how she personally doesn't like them because they do a lot of good, but they can do a lot of evil too. So, and that's somebody who knows about this too. So,
Yeah.
I do want to kind of pick her brain a little bit more about that. But she is just reading this book, so I'm waiting to see what her thoughts are on it
We
because.
might do an update to this to see what our coworker says about it.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't usually read. She was telling me the other day that she reads business books because she wants to go into business. I'm like, hey, to each their own. That doesn't sound interesting to me, but if
Because when
you're
she
good,
retires from here, she
yeah,
wants to retire to doing something.
she wants to do.
And
Yep,
I
she
don't
wants to
blame
do
her.
her own business, so
Yeah.
she's interested in that. But I was like, you
Got to pick her
could.
brain on some of the books to read then.
Okay,
Just in case
but
we forget.
both of us recommended because we both know her, but both of us recommended this book. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, you got to read it. I want to know your thoughts. So we probably will do an update when she's finished with the book. But I did tell her to take her time since it's not a business book, so
Yeah.
she might need to take her time on it.
Next category I have is themes and messages.
Shit.
So I have two for this one. My first one is accept yourself for who you are and don't be too harsh on yourself about who you are. Because, that's one of the main themes for Somadina's character arc is she needs to learn to accept herself. Same thing with Nkadi.
And
Ngazi.
Ngazi.
Yeah.
Because one, we forgot to talk, but the reason why Ngazi
Mm-hmm.
favors Nkadi is because Nkadi is her rainbow baby. She had to bury
I believe it was 7.
seven baby. She had seven miscarriages. I don't know how far along, they didn't go into it, but they
Yeah.
just said that she had to bury seven. I want to say seven.
The number might be wrong.
I think it's 7 to 12. It's something
It's a lot.
horrible. It's a horrible number. Um, and then so she kept trying to have babies, trying to have babies, and she didn't. And then she asked Allah for a baby, and she ended up getting pregnant. What she failed to do is she failed to thank Allah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when she didn't even say, she didn't thank Allah when she was pregnant with Ngazi or Nkadi, right?
I don't think so. I don't recall that part of it.
And then afterwards she had the twins, but either way, she didn't thank Allah
For the twins, at the
for the
very
twins
least.
or for any of her children. And so as punishment for that, Allah took the twins. We didn't actually get to talk about that. So the twins actually are Allah's children. She they talk what briefly about it.
Allah
Claimed to them,
and
which is why they don't go through puberty and why they have a lot of
Gazi's
power.
thought process behind it was this: why should I thank you when you've taken so much from me already? When you should have just allowed me from the beginning to have these children. Why should I thank you when you've done nothing but take?
So I can understand that as a
Yeah.
mother. I can. However, if you're gonna pray to your God to have
Yeah.
children or have the ability to, you have to thank. You don't have to. You should thank them, because especially in this case, I believe in karma and stuff. So I would thank my God because something like this would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand Kazi's thought process. I do. But at the same time, you gotta be thankful. You can't just take, regardless. You can't.
If you ask a God for a gift and you don't thank the God for the gift that
They're
they
gonna
give
take a
you,
gift. They're gonna
they're
take.
gonna take something from you that you
And
can't claim.
Allah did. She took the twins.
Mm-hmm.
And does Ngazi know that Allah claims them?
I think she finds out. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
There
recall
needs to
it.
be another book.
Look,
There, guys,
I'll
there
get
needs
to
to be
that in a
another
little
book.
bit.
I want to know.
And my second theme or message is don't lose yourself in your goals and ambitions because that path only leads to destruction.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, a lot of stories that I've read is you have to enjoy the journey because the destination is when the journey ends.
But the destination is when the journey
You have
ends.
to enjoy the journey because the destination is when the journey ends and life happens on the way from point A to point B.
Yeah, well,
Life doesn't always happen at point B or point A. It happens along the way.
yeah.
Um, Next one is pacing. I feel like the pacing on this book was good. Listening to the audiobook,
Helped.
the reader dictates very slowly. Whenever she reads her words, it's very slow.
Yes, it is.
And I have a habit of rushing while I read. The audiobook reader made me read this book slower.
Yeah.
And that slower pace actually allowed me to enjoy the book more because I was reading more of the book.
I listened to it more than I actually read it, but when I did read it, I read it in their voice, and it was very slow, and I think that was what kind of pissed me off from
It's
me
fast reader.
reading. I do read fast, and I need to stop. So I switched to audio because I was also dishes, laundry, all the things. So that helped, and I was able to follow along with her better than if I was just to read it because I would have flown through that book quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have picked up on all the things, which I probably wouldn't have. As it is, I would reread this book too.
Yeah.
This is a reread book because
The pacing was good.
pacing's good.
Even
This
at a
whole book
slower
is
rate.
good. This whole book is good. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was. I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, but it was not bad. Not bad. I was not disappointed, like I am with some of the other books that I get into blindly.
Maybe trust me sometimes. No. Anyways,
Uh,
next category, world building. So when I was on chapter 11, I thought chapter 11 is about a third of the way through the book.
oh,
There is a point to this because I thought it out loud and I texted Mariah this too. But at about chapter 11, I thought, man, I wouldn't mind getting an entire series
mm,
in this world.
mm-hmm.
I want more of this world and her power system. And
Yeah.
I purposely picked up this book because it was a standalone. I've read so many series throughout my time as a reader. I'm like, all right, what's the next book? All right, what's the next book? I'll even pick up a book, not even know if it's part of a series, and think, what's the next book? And I wanted a standalone book.
And he
The
wants.
moment I get a standalone book, I'm like, I want more.
Well, I want more because at the end, Somadina tells a hooting, and that's the end of the book because it says, "Ahudi, I have a story for you." That's the end. I want Ahudi's point of view of this story. I am I want the recording. I want all the things because Ahudi is one of my favorites. She is a I don't give a fuck kind of grandma. I don't give a fuck kind of woman. Like I great, love her. And I really want to know what happens after they tell her that her husband was actually alive this whole time. Actually took Jayaike because and was gonna try to eat them to get their power. I want to know her story. I
So
want to know.
my interpretation of it is, and I could be wrong. This is all speculation here. Is my interpretation is Ahudi is going to think how Ejike kind of thought that Kasandu died at the split, and when he took up
Um,
that heart, he became Ejike.
did
He
he
was
name
no
himself,
longer.
or was that the name of the?
I'm not entirely sure
Okay,
how he got that name.
okay, because I know he
So
got a new skin, so I don't know if he assumed the name of that DB as
he
the
might
name.
have. That
I don't know.
that could be a thing, but that's. I think that's how Audi would have reacted to it is, well, he wasn't the man that I loved anymore. Not just physically, but mentally, and everything about him was different.
Yeah, but at the core, it was him
Yeah.
because he wasn't ready to die, and he made the choice to prolong his life,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't even know. There's a name for it. We don't even know
Ritualist.
about this. Oh, the ritualist. They don't even talk about the ritualist until we meet Ejike.
Yeah. I think they dabble on it a little bit at the beginning.
I just remember
I
the
might be
the
wrong.
word. I think I just remember the word, but I don't remember the like what it is until or what it was until we met Ejike and he explained. But I don't know. I still want a Hooties.
Yeah.
I want her
You want
input.
more
I
on
want more on
Audi?
her because that had to have been really rough because
Oh, her power's cool. Audi. She can.
what's hers again? I forget. I forget all their
She
powers.
can. Oh wait, no, not her.
Was it
I
her?
was thinking Dala Zuma, which can sense people's feelings and stuff like that, more or less.
Her wife?
Yeah,
Or
we'll have to go through the book again, and maybe in the comments I'll write what Audi's power and Dalazuma's power is.
and we'll go a little bit further into like Somadina's power because it is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's death, but not death, but death.
Unbeing or something like
It
that.
that one we got to reread again
Anyways,
or research it.
let's go to the ending.
Ugh, we kind of already
The ending of this
kind
book. I felt like the loose ends were tied. Except
No, no, they were not. No, I want Ohudi's point of view.
I felt like
Okay,
now you're
okay. Sorry, I don't want to put words.
no.
in
I just
my
felt like they were tied up sufficiently. So like we don't necessarily need to know how Ahudi reacts to
No, we
Cassandra
don't.
being dead
We don't. But I would like.
because she had already came to terms with him being dead.
But I really want her reaction of, holy crap, he died, but he was this person who tried to take my grandchildren and eat them. And like,
Mm.
I want to know. I want to know if she'd be mad, if she'd be, I don't know. I want.
She already
her.
came to terms with the fact that Cassandra died because he did die at the split.
Yeah, in essence, he did.
No, he did die. He did die at the split.
No, he didn't. He ate the other person's heart.
So
Or the other DBS heart.
that at that moment is when Cassandra the Debia died, and he
And then he
became
became
Educate
Jayaike.
the ritualist.
Okay.
And then also,
That's a double personality right there.
at the end of the book, when Jayaike and Somadina heal the split, is where Educate dies. Is there. So he does literally die at where the split was.
Oh, because that was when he
Yeah.
was born, quote,
Yeah.
quote.
So yeah, I feel like it was tied up sufficiently. She didn't.
No, well, okay, other than Ahudi, was point of view of the story, because I really want to know, it was good.
Yeah.
It was. But I would like to know more about, like, the DBS, or, like, in this world, like, the DBS, what training do they have to go through, because I know we did not talk about this, but Nkadi.
And Connie could get a story of her own too.
Yeah, I want Nkadi's story because she is a golden leopard.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about it. She can turn into a golden leopard.
DBS have multiple powers. That's one of their
Um,
defining traits.
I didn't know shapeshifting was one of them, or wild shaping, or
Wow.
what is it, wild shape. So yeah, no, I would like to know a little bit more about Nkadi's training.
Mm-hmm.
Because the world building in this is really good. The magic system is good, and like the culture, the history. I don't. It's all. I want more. I want more. And as a reader, I
Mm-hmm.
well, wouldn't you want that as an author?
Yeah.
Do you want more?
As an author, you'd want your readers to want more,
Oh my
which is
god.
good.
Yeah. How
There's
long?
two other books.
How long have we? Oh, she does. Oh, or they do?
Yeah. Sorry, did I say she?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, he's working on it.
Has two other books, not necessarily in the same world, but they wrote.
He's working on it.
Correct
He's
myself,
working
okay?
on it. He's working on it. They.
They have two other books, and that they
Well,
have written.
I'm gonna go look at what
It's not
wrote.
necessarily in the same world as Somadina,
I'm still gonna
as
look
far
at
as
it.
what I could tell, but
I like the writing style. I'm gonna look it up. I want more from this author.
and the last part I have written down is emotional impact. I feel like Akweke is very good at making you dislike a character, only to give them a solid chance at redemption.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I really disliked Ngazi, and then she asks for forgiveness while crying. And a lot of times you don't see that in people who are actually wanting forgiveness.
Mhm.
Like you see people go through those motions when it's part of the abuse cycle, but it's not always the way that Ngazi did.
I wonder if Ngazi's um switch was because of their dad
Yes.
talking to her.
That's
I
also
think
why
that's why I like him because
he rounds out her rough edges.
yeah
It's that's how I kind of perceived Papa, is that he rounds out her rough edges, and that's why I don't fully dislike him, their dad, but Yeah,
He could have done better. I think he
he's
could have done
doing.
better.
I feel like he's doing the best with what he actually has tools with.
Yeah, just him like
Because
making
you gotta
Somadina go
remember,
by for
he
some.
was young when the split happened. His dad, he
Oh,
has no paternal
he doesn't
father
have a
figure.
father
Yeah,
figure, so he doesn't know. Oh,
so he
okay,
doesn't fully know. So he's working with the best of what he's got.
I forgot about that. That it just clicked until now. Okay, so all right, I give him a little more grace. Give
Yeah.
him little bit more. Um, also, thought process for the dad is she's 15.
Hmm.
I don't know what age.
You don't always at 15. You don't
Like
always want your parents telling you this or that, this or
yeah,
that.
that's
So
why I'm like maybe it's
yeah,
a journey. Hey, go fly off of the nest type of deal kind of thing.
yeah.
I don't know, but if he would have gone, it would have been a different story, I believe.
Hmm.
Also, if the grandfather, the DB grandfather, I forget his name, if he went,
Oh yeah. We don't have the book either with us. We just have the dust cover on another book that's
yeah,
roughly the same size. So forgive us.
like I said, my coworker is currently reading it, so hopefully she brings it back soon. But yeah, no,
My
I don't
other
remember
example
his name.
of a character to dislike was Jayaike. He wanted to be free and is decidedly evil in the things that he does. And I feel like his chance at redemption is at the end. Instead of cursing them whenever he knows his time is up, he says, "I'm finally free." So he doesn't achieve his goal, but he is finally free from the curse of being stuck there.
Well, he can't achieve his goal. He can't leave the split, so he
Yeah.
can never be with his wife and child.
Yeah.
Well, older child now.
But if and see now if he did achieve his goal and if he did take the powers of Somadina and Jayaike, maybe he might have been able to leave. Maybe he might not have been able to leave. But either way, the curse is over because
His
he is
curse.
dead.
His curse.
Yeah, his curse. Because now he is dead. And he accepts that death for freedom rather than actual freedom.
I'm surprised he gave up so easily.
I think he understood that he was free. Like actually free. There's no way he could have won. There's no way he could have, gotten out of that role.
Yeah. I don't know. Or the fact that the twins were more powerful than he when they're together.
And the only thing I have left is rating. I say myself like a 7.5 out of 10. It was very solid, very good book. I'm gonna judge books very harshly, by the way.
Oh, very hard.
Well, not very harshly.
What did you rate
Six,
Assassin's Blade?
6.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were rating books.
Oh
Now
yeah.
we gotta. Now I gotta rate books on the spot. Okay, I will probably agree 7.5 or an 8 for me because I went in through this blind and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of books that I go through blind where I'm like, why the hell did I read this? I should have read the little excerpt. So
Well,
7.5 out of 10, out of 7.5, 8 ish
out of 10,
out
pretty
of
good.
10. Not bad.
I don't
Read it.
I
Read
don't
it.
know
It's
the
really
books
good.
I would give a 10 out of 10, but we'll see. We will see. And
Mm,
anyways, with this recording, I want to say we're finally free.